Hey, well, friends, it was, let's see, back in 1972, so 28 and 21, oh my gosh, about just under 50 years ago, my daughter Sunshine was born. Not this particular day, but sometime between now and, say, a week from now, uh, minus 50, 49 years, something like that. Sunny, Sunny came into this world to make it a little brighter. I remember, I think my wife at that time, Molly, went into labor. She could feel that she was, uh, that the time was due. And I look outside, it's snowing out, and it's snowing pretty doggone hard. I said, I don't think I want to drive you in the van. Let's call the ambulance. The ambulance people were right next door anyway. So I made the call. You heard the siren go off, and they made the long distance run of about 100 yards to our place. they got they got Molly into the ambulance, uh, and ascertained that our child wouldn't be coming just yet, but it was time to beat feet. And they said there was no room in the darn ambulance for me, if I recall right. That, or I decided, gee, I better take the car. We had this old rattle trap van, and long story short, we made the run into the Morristown Hospital, and in fact, the ambulance was well ahead of me. I was puttering along again, watching out for the snow. It would have been a fine how do you do. I go and break a leg or something, crashing into a telephone pole, to honor my daughter's birth. Now I don't believe we knew what baby we would have, a boy or a girl. We weren't that, I don't think we knew. I don't think we did. I could be wrong on that, but I do remember, I got to the hospital. The ambulance was well ahead of me. I go up to the maternity ward, and they announced my presence, and uh, they looked at me and said, "Well, the waiting room's over there. You better go there. We're getting your wife ready. She will be. It does look like she's going to be having a baby tonight, and if you would just go sit there, we'll keep you in touch." And I remember a nurse came into the waiting room. I was the only one there. It was, I believe, by then it was fairly early in the morning on, what would have been a very early Sunday morning in February. And I remember the nurse came in, the maternity nurse came in, and she says, your wife's going to have a baby. You want to come watch? And you know something? I didn't go. I have always regretted that. Mm. I did, because I wasn't a rescue person then, and I guess I just thought I was afraid of two things. I'd either start crying, or I'd faint. And so I somehow talked myself out of it. And she says, "Well, she says you're going to regret it. You ought to come on in. It's not that bad." I said, I don't know. Okay. She says, "We'll let you know when the baby's here then." And not too proud of that. But I sat there in the waiting room, and I was the only one there. Yeah, there was no one else having kids that day. So they gave full attention to Molly. And, and I just kind of looked out at the morning light approaching the new day. And there was still snow coming down, but if I recall right, the snow kind of stopped and the sun started coming out. I could see the sun, and the nurse comes in, taps me on the shoulder, and says, "Well, you got a baby girl." Now she says, "Your wife told us what the name is. We want to make sure you agree. Sunshine?" I said, "Yeah, Sunshine, because look, there, the sun just came up as she hit as she came onto the planet." She says, "Well, okay, Sunshine it is. What are you gonna call her for a nickname?" I said, "Well, first off," I said, "Sunshine. We looked it up. Sunshine's was a popular name back in the 1800s, and we sell antiques. She says, well, okay. She said, I guess that sort of makes sense. And we'll call her Sonny. Yeah, she says, but people are going to think she's a boy or something. No, she'll be pretty. They'll know she's a girl. And she says, well, all right. You want to go see your child now? Everything's all done. You won't faint. I said, okay, yeah, let me go. Let me go look. And so I go in. There's Molly Holden, I think nursing Sonny, if I recall right. She was very tickled, about as happy as I ever saw her. And she had been through a lot, but I guess perhaps maybe they gave her some pain medication. She was comfortable nursing Sonny. And says, here's your daughter. Here's your daughter. I said, yeah, looky there. Well, I'll be doggone. And Sonny, like I said, Sonny was, I think, just 1 or maybe 2 ounces over premature. She was like 5.2 ounces, something like that. She was not very heavy. Tiny little thing. I think I've said it before, but you could rest her fanny here. Her head would be up here, the back of her head, to hold her, and her feet dangled, like that. So she wasn't much bigger than that. She wasn't much bigger than a doggone good catch trout. She was very tiny, but she was nursing away and just having herself a time. And she lost a little weight at first, which had us worried because we couldn't take her home till she was at least over 5 pounds. And I think she went down to 4.8, 4 pounds. No, 4 pounds, something like 12 ounces. And so she had to do a lot of nursing. And what they did there was they said to Molly, my wife then, they said, here, we're going to get you a 6-pack of beer. You should drink beer. That'll make your milk come in. And you'll, I said, all I got to do is sit here and drink beer and nurse. So they said, yeah. They said, well, cool. So it didn't take too long, a day or so longer maybe, and Sonny was on her way home. And I can still remember, and anyone who's expecting a baby or just had one, you'll know the feeling. All of a sudden, of course, all the friends and relatives came to see Sonny in the maternity ward. And everyone said, look, we're going to leave you guys alone for the next 2 weeks. You got to get used to your baby and all that. We'll see you later. I think Mom said, you'll be fine. Molly's mom, you guys will handle it. Don't worry. It's easy. And I remember we got Sonny home and oh my God, all of a sudden it hit us. We looked at each other. We said, oh my God, we're parents. Oh, and Sonny's like, she's so darn tiny. It was just amazing. We got through it. Sonny's, doing all right for herself after all these years, in spite of us. And doggone it was, after a while, it got to be kind of fun. And you had reasons to take kids. You had reasons to do interesting things once you had a baby. You could go to the museum. You could go for a walk in the park. You could go for a hike. And a drive, or take her around to see the grandparents, have supper there. And it was actually, I gotta say, having kids ain't so bad. Yeah, they get a little when they're teenagers, all bets are off. But other than that, they aren't too bad. And Sonny, pretty good kid, I gotta say. And anyway, her birthday coming up. I'm going to do a few Sonny memories for the next few days, I think. So you folks stick around. We'll do what we can. Oh, my God, this is a long video. Okay. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory forever. So be it. It really was a miracle. You get right down to it. Kids are all right. When it's, as we approach sometime in May, when it's my son's birthday, we'll do a few Burgess memories too. Those will be of interest. Okay, I got to think of another one to do about Sonny. We'll come up with something. Friends, we'll see you later. God bless. Bye now.